Moi, il disait qu'on montait les cordes.
Moi, je commence par la visite et je ferai la vidéo après.
Non, c'est pas d'époque, c'est comment ils ont fait pour faire la maison. Là. Ouais. T'allumes le gaz?
Je sais pas ce que j'allume, mais je touche.
Je sais pas ce que ça représente, je vais demander.
On peut pas filtrer.
Moi, je pense que c'est juste un musée de ce qui s'est passé.
Non, mais c'est vrai. Par exemple, le français de la vie.
Lieutenant, I'll leave the door open. As soon as you get the latest weather report, send it over to me immediately. Soldiers, I need your attention. If the weather forecast is confirmed, in 5 minutes, you will be in the air, heading for France. You understand me? This is not an exercise. Tonight, we will be dropping over Normandy. You might as well call it California, or Kentucky, or West Virginia. I don't state. Because we're fighting for something bigger than all that. A place with no borders, and no limits. It's called liberty. If we should fail here and now, it will be our countries, our homes, our people, and the rest of the world who will fall and be trampled by the boots of fascism. Now, let's turn our attention to the mission. Our objective is Quarantine. As you can see from the map, this village is a crossroads for multiple lines of communication. It is extremely strategic as it is between two U.S. landing beaches, Omaha and Utah. We must seize control, hold, and defend this position until our infantry can relieve us. We will be flown in by Colonel Krebs of the 440th Troop Carrier Group, consisting of 45 aircraft made up of 4 squadrons. We will be the 16th and last in our division to drop. This means, by the time we hit the ground, the element of surprise will be long gone. So, be ready for the welcoming committee. And just in case you're wondering where I'll be, look at the first aircraft right ahead of you. To accomplish this mission, you will need courage, sharp instincts, a little luck, but most importantly, you will need your gear. Without it, you will not last long. Your helmet. You will be authorized to remove your helmet and use it as a champagne bucket. once Hitler has surrendered. Until then, I do not want to see your heads. Your life vest. If for some reason something should happen midair and your bird does not make it to dry land, it will come in handy. Believe me. Your weapon. Your munitions. 1 frag grenade, 1 incendiary grenade, 1 gammon, 1 anti-tank mine, and 2 knives. The jackknife. This is to cut away your chute once you've landed. I want you to always keep it handy. No guns tonight. Those are your orders. You have all been trained on how to dispose of your enemy quietly. So, I do not need to tell you what to do with a large knife. No prisoners tonight. They will only slow you down. Cricket. We will be under cover of night. It will be foggy, and visibility will be less than 3 feet. Before attacking an approaching shadow, make certain that shadow is not a friendly. It is out of the question to speak, so use this code. 1 click asks, and 2 clicks confirms a friendly. This cricket could save your life. Do not lose it. If you should lose your cricket, memorize the passwords. If you say flash, you say thunder, and then the response is welcome. I guarantee you, no German will be able to correctly pronounce these words. So, if you hear thunder or welcome, kill it. Dog tags. So we know who to send our condolences to. One dose of morphine. If you are wounded and an enemy hears you scream, you will not last long. Use your morphine. It is in your med kit. This is your med kit. Do not use it for another wounded soldier. Use his kit. I hope you never have to use it. Captain Morgan will distribute 2 anti-motion sickness pills. The flight may be bumpy. We don't want you losing your lunch on the plane. Make sure you have all of your... Excuse me. Yes, Lieutenant. The weather report's not great, but since we're not going on vacation, this will not postpone the mission. Soldiers, the operation is confirmed. The Supreme Commander, General Eisenhower, has ordered us to go and asked me to give you this message. Sergeant, pass this message out. Tomorrow will be the 6th of June, 1944. I can guarantee you this will be a date remembered throughout history. Failure is not an option. There is no one coming after us. The fate of the world is in our hands, here and now. Men, I'm not a religious man, and I do not know your feelings on the matter, but I would ask you all to pray with me now for the success of
On monte dans l'avion. Allez. Allez, tout le monde au fond. Allez, Marie-Lise, je te pousse comme...
Non, non, non. Par devant. Non, non. Ah, ouais,
Ah, c'était pas douillé. Hein.
C'est rigolo.
Ah ouais. Ah. Vous avez dit qu'il faisait nuit normalement.
Il y a des terres à tout le terre là.
Il n'y a rien, bon, il y a juste une...
On a perdu l'avion, on a un moteur.
Ah ben. Tu sais les petits ULM là?
Ouais, oui, oui, bah oui.
À 4 heures du matin.
Vas-y. Allez, on va se mobiliser. C'est parti, on va faire la guerre. Oh, 20 centimes les madeleines.
hein. Mais elle s'appelle plus Astra, je crois.
C'est la marque là pour
Nous sommes le 6 juin 1944, vers 4 heures du matin, en mer de la Manche. 4 ans après la victoire éclair de l'Allemagne et le début de l'occupation en France, d'incroyables forces ont été rassemblées pour libérer l'Europe, largement renforcées par l'entrée en guerre des États-Unis. Si le rapport de force semble être inversé en faveur des Alliés, il faut néanmoins qu'ils parviennent à s'établir sur le continent. Pour mettre un terme au Troisième Reich, ils doivent franchir la forteresse Europe, le mur de l'Atlantique voulu par Hitler. Après des mois d'intenses préparations ainsi qu'une vaste opération de désinformation visant à convaincre les Allemands d'un débarquement dans le nord de la France, c'est finalement en Normandie que 156 000 soldats s'apprêtent à débarquer depuis les airs et sur les plages. À bord de l'une des 1991 péniches qui se dirigent vers les côtes normandes, Charles Normanche, infirmier de 19 ans dans la première division d'infanterie américaine, s'approche de la plage d'Omaha Beach, que l'on surnommera bientôt Omaha la Sanglante. Once the landing craft was loaded with about approximately 30 men, they left the ship and went into a few hundred yards from the ship and went in a circle because this was an assembly point. The order came down for us to proceed to the beach. And at that particular time, there was a lot of shell fire going on from the shores to the ships and from the ships to the shore. When I landed in the water, I landed up to my chest in water. And your main concern was survival. And you could not, if you got into a situation where you were loaded down with equipment and you were going underwater, you could not expect help from anybody. You had to help yourself. And that's why a lot of men drowned that way. I was able to make it to the ice barriers that the Germans had put up. And not only myself, but all of the men that were trying to make it to the beaches, we used these barriers as protection. It took me a few minutes to get accustomed to what I was experiencing, seeing so much death, seeing so many men die. And it took a few minutes for my training to kick in, and I was able then to start treating men, bandaging wounds, setting splints if they had broken bones, makeshift whatever I could find for splints, bandage them up, treat the wounds, and if they were serious, they'll give them a shot of morphine to ease the pain.
And while I was doing this, I happened to look back out to the water. The tide was coming in very fast, and I saw that many of the wounded men, a lot of them were drowning because the tide was coming in, and it was washing over their bodies, and they were drowning. So I thought I had to help them. So I left what I was doing. I stopped treating the men on the beach, and I went back to the water. Some of the men were very heavy, and they had a lot of equipment on them. And I used to get under their arms, lay them on their back, and get up under their arms, and I was able to pull them up to the water, up to the shoreline, and get them out of the deep water. And I did this, I don't know how often, until I became exhausted, and then I had to rest. And once I had rested a little bit, then I started doing the same thing all over again. And one of the men that I knew, an infantryman, he later gave a report that he had seen me carrying men that were much bigger than I was, and he did not know how I did it. But you get, once the adrenaline starts flowing in your body, it gives you strength. And this is how I was able to accomplish my mission that way. While I was walking the beach, I came across a man that had a very bad stomach wound. And when I looked, I saw that it was a medic that I knew. His name was Edward Mirosevic, and we knew each other, we greeted each other, and I treated him. I could not bandage his wound properly because he had a stomach wound and it was not easy to bandage. And I did what I could for him, and I gave him a shot of morphine, and we said goodbye to each other because he knew he was dying and I knew he was dying, because he was perhaps bleeding to death inside of his stomach because of the wounds he had. If I had perhaps had the proper instruments, I probably could have saved his life, but I did not have them.
Comme Edward Morozevich, plus de 10 200 soldats alliés perdent la vie ou sont grièvement blessés le 6 juin 1944, dont 3 686 à Omaha Beach. Pour Charles Chay, en revanche, comme pour les milliers de soldats qui continuent à débarquer dans les jours et semaines qui suivent, la bataille ne fait que commencer. Les difficultés de terrain et la ténacité des troupes allemandes ont été sous-estimées par l'état-major allié. Ce que Charles Chay et ses camarades ignorent encore, c'est que les pertes d'Omaha Beach se répéteront bientôt tous les jours dans le bocage. Car bientôt commencera l'enfer des haies.
Visiter. Alors, c'est vide. C'est un bâtiment vide, c'est ça?
Ceux qui tournaient ici, et après ils arrêtaient de l'autre côté.
Ah, allez, vas-y. Faudrait faire une descente, une sortie. C'est ça. Enfin, une montée et une descente.
Sinon, no sortireu.
Si no es fa un tap, sí, cuidado.
Ben oui.
Película de rendimiento.
Allez-y, allez-y. Pas sur la marche. Hop.
¿No te surtida por aquí? No. Ya está. No hay surtida. Quiero ya surtida.
Cap a fora.
Et voici notre deuxième camping. Donc on a mis les voitures d'un côté avec la remorque et de l'autre côté on a installé nos toiles de tente. Voilà, tous les enfants sont installés là. Et nous aussi. Et là on va manger là. Ce soir c'est couscous.